The Defender Deployment Tool is a new, streamlined way to onboard devices to Microsoft Defender. It takes care of prerequisites, automates migrations from older solutions, and removes the need for complex onboarding scripts, separate downloads, and manual installations. In this video, I'll explain why it's a game changer and show you how it works. Microsoft Defender is tailor-made for each supported operating system to ensure consistent features across systems. That's why even our best-in-class protection capabilities can act on legacy devices. Even though it's always best to keep all your devices up to date, we know that most organizations have a mix of modern and legacy devices. And these different systems have different requirements and onboarding processes, which can make it difficult and time-consuming to deploy endpoint protection across a diverse estate. That's why we redefined the deployment process for Windows and Linux systems and other complex scenarios that can't be deployed via Microsoft Intune or Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Before, you would have had to navigate a complex matrix of options and requirements and figure out the appropriate deployment method for each device. On top of that, a tricky series of prerequisites, rules, and exceptions didn't help. This is why we created the Defender Deployment Tool, a single package that takes care of the process for you. It prepares devices, determines prerequisites and applies them, installs the latest components, and migrates older solutions. Simply download the tool's package, run it, and enjoy powerful endpoint protection on Linux, Windows 7 and later, and Windows Server 2008 R2 and later. Now let's go through the steps to get started with the Defender Deployment Tool. Start on the Defender homepage and select the Assets drop-down arrow. Then select Devices. From the Device Inventory page, select Onboard. In the Step 1 drop-down menu, ensure Windows is selected as the operating system you want to begin deployment on. Under Step 2, scroll down to the Deployment option. Deploy by downloading and applying packages or files. Underneath that option, select Onboard under Defender Deployment Tool. This opens the Generate Defender Deployment Tool with an access key panel. Enter a unique and descriptive name for the package. Set an expiration date for the package, such as 7 days, 30 days, or a custom time, up to 1 year. The shorter the time, the better, to reduce the risk of unauthorized use of the package. Once you're done configuring the package, select Generate. Once the package has been generated, a side pane will open stating your Defender deployment package and key are ready. You need to complete 2 things from here. First, copy the key and save it. You will need the key to use the deployment tool. Second, select Download Deployment Tool, which will download a zip file of the tool's executable. Once the download is complete, the side pane will update with a message stating Deployment Tool downloaded successfully. Now that the executable has been downloaded to your machine, double-click the file to launch the installation. A dialog window will open informing you that the tool will start the onboarding process on this device. Select Continue to move forward with this process. On the next window, enter the Defender Deployment Tool key you copied and saved from earlier. Then select Continue. Once installation is completed, the dialog window will state Onboarding process completed. You can select View Deployment Details to view additional information, or you can simply select OK. The Defender Deployment Tool was created to ease the process of onboarding your devices to Microsoft Defender. To learn more about the Defender Deployment Tool for Windows, visit aka.ms/WindowsDDT. To learn more about the Defender Deployment Tool for Linux, visit aka.ms/LinuxDDT. Microsoft Security.